diseases that's spreading among black men that we really have to address is hopelessness.
There is a black male mental health struggle.
Don't touch anything you're not buying.
How does that jack them up in their mind, in their soul, to think that you can't even walk into a store innocently?
Never leave the store without a receipt or a bag.
Across the country, spontaneous teen takeovers are popping up.
Teen takeover.
Teen takeovers.
Teen takeovers.
Carmelo Anthony was convicted and sentenced to 35 years for the fatal stabbing of Austin Metcalf.
There's a statistic, a data analysis that has come out about young black men. Young black men are now taking their own lives at a historic rate.
Have you ever asked yourself why black people are like this? Puerto Ricans love each other. Mexicans love each other. Why can't we?
Black women need men for them to progress, or you don't think so?
Absolutely not. We don't need a man for
There's a coldness that you have to accept when you're a man, especially a black man. It's like the world's cold as a mother, okay?
Everyone wonders how and why I ended up in a situation like this.
According to Capital B News, for the first time since the United States government began collecting data on this, young black men are now dying by unaliving themselves at a rate higher than young white men.
The burden of being black and male in America. My dad was born in the 40s, so I would say the 50s and the 60s was his era. My dad was born in a time where black music like jazz, the blues, R&B were the primary expressions of the culture and pride. Man, Pops saw the rise of Motown. He got to enjoy the neighborhood juke joints, the blues lounges, the dance clubs, and those tight-knit communities. My pops would tell me something that stuck with me to this very day. He would say that it was scary being a black man in America when he was coming up, but as long as you were surrounded by black people, you was all right. My dad was born in the same decade where black men like Jackie Robinson shattered the color barrier in baseball. During the 50s and the 60s, my dad saw black men dominate professional sports for the first time. Figureheads like Muhammad Ali were the cultural heroes. Thurgood Marshall ascended to the Supreme Court. Ralph Bunchy won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1950. My dad saw black men like Sidney Poitier win Best Actor at the Academy Awards in Hollywood. My dad got to experience both the Civil Rights Movement and the Black is Beautiful movement. Unlike our generation, my dad got to experience the unbreakable sense of community, brotherhood, and collective purpose. I myself, I was born in the 80s, so my era would have been the 90s and the early 2000s. Despite losing the Jim Crow laws, black men of my era also lost the unbreakable sense of community, brotherhood, and collective purpose. So what replaced the three pillars keeping us strong? Part of the black male experience is having to endure the media. What do you think movies like Is God Is really saying about you as a black man? It's a metaphorical projection implying that black men will burn down their homes despite the collateral damage it causes their family. It positions black women as both the victims and the heroes, and black men as irredeemable villains that act in extremes the moment they don't get their way. This movie originated as an award-winning stage play whose creator is Alicia Harris, a black woman. Books like Precious, Waiting to Exhale, and The Color Purple are just a few examples of award-winning pieces of media produced by black female authors. Do you find it a coincidence that all of these award-winning masterpieces are all negative black male narrative storylines. Now, I'll ask you, the viewer, a question. What black male producer or book author has made a piece of mainstream award-winning media that portrays black women as irredeemable villains? The answer? Zero. What happened to the era of black love my father enjoyed? To this day, the black male experience does not include a Disney black prince to look up to in your developmental years. So that begs the question, what does the black male youth look up to? Black musicians and athletes are seen as debaucherous womanizers that prioritize material wealth over community building. Black males also get to experience every one of their cultural heroes be vilified in the media.
Before you label or condemn me, don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
Michael Jackson touched kids. Bill Cosby drugged women. Martin Luther King cheated on his wife. And it doesn't stop there. The only time that black males are overrepresented in the media is when it's time to tarnish, discredit, or destroy their legacies. This is why terms like no Diddy can persist, but terms like no Epstein or no Weinstein can never make it off the ground. The black male experience is to exist, being seen as the ultimate perpetrator, the family destroyer, the irredeemable villain. My Aunt Gracie used to say that if you call a man a dog enough, he'll eventually bark. Do you guys recall the movie The Birth of a Nation that came out in 1915? The movie where black males were portrayed as irredeemable villains and black females were portrayed as subservient mammies to their white owners. This movie laid out the foundational blueprint for what's going on in black society today. Does it not bother you that the average black teenage boy would rather look like King Von or Pooh Shiesty than Michael B. Jordan? Does it not bother you that a young man like Sean Gathright comes from a two-parent household and privilege, yet he still chose the path of a thug? According to the black male experience, it is very likely that your mom will choose an improper man as your biological father. This is what Sean's mother did. Also part of the black male experience is the stepdad. Your job is to raise that child with a positive male influence. This is what Sean's stepdad did when he came into Sean's life when Sean was only 3 years old. Now, Sean's relationship with his stepdad was positive and it was privileged. He even went on trips to Japan. But for some reason, Sean's mother divorced him. But let's go back to that question. Why? Why would a privileged, intelligent, well-spoken, handsome young man choose the path of a shooter? Unfortunately, I'm probably the best person on the internet to answer that question. This right here is a mugshot for a crime I committed back when I was Sean's age. I had a two-parent household, raised by a stepdad, went to a private school, and made good grades. Also, like Sean, my biological mother chose an improper man, so I was the result of a passionate rape, not a passionate love. Black male experience. So what happened? Before we go deeper into that, if you guys want me to make a video talking about my situation and my experience doing time, help me get this channel to 100,000 subs and then we'll get active. But let's get back on topic. What happened? Why does this statistical phenomenon exist in hopeful young black males? Y'all remember that movie 8 Mile? That character, Papa Doc? Why did he lose? What secret of his was so bad? Let's let Eminem's character explain that to you.
But I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school.
evolutionary survival. But first, let's talk about social identity theory. The culture doesn't champion, accept, or respect the black male that comes from the privileged background.
Corny kid, right?
Nah.
Based on the theory, humans automatically categorize into in-groups and out-groups. We derive a large portion of our self-esteem and identity from the status and the success of our in-group. Neurobiological rewards. Group acceptance triggers oxytocin and dopamine, the bonding chemicals. Social rejection triggers the same neural pathways in the brain as physical pain. The black male experience and its correlation to cultural acceptance and dating exist on two spectrums, Spectrum B and Spectrum A. I made a chart of the black male experience explaining the varying degrees of acceptance dictated by the culture and modern women. This is why the good guy turned thug phenomenon exists. The further to the left of the spectrum, the less respect, less quality women, and less acceptance. The further to the right of the spectrum, more respect, more quality women, and more acceptance. Reading the chart from left to right, acceptance from quality females is the biggest driver of young black male purpose. According to the culture, our value and masculinity is determined by the opinions of our women. Our politics, education, morality, and pseudo-religion are given to us by our matriarchs. Now you might be asking, what about 1995's Million Man March, a movement designed to take back our image from the media and structure the black community back into collectivism? My answer to that is, it failed due to the matriarch's ultimatum. Give us egalitarianism or we'll take individualism. Going back to my father's time, black female activists like Bell Hook, Audre Lorde, and Kimberly Crenshaw critiqued similar movements of that time. They argued that patriarchal structures are inherently oppressive and sideline or subordinate black female inclusion. They also marginalized the leadership of black women and prioritized racial liberation over gender equality. All of that is technically true. And because of that, third wave feminism became popular among the collective female mindset. This gave black women the power to bypass male authority because in their minds at the time, they were the victims and the heroes. So let's go back to that movie, Is God Is. What's up with that title? The black female experience naturally inherits her the role of the ultimate authority, the matriarch. In the movie, the mother is seen as God, and in black culture, the matriarch is above God himself, whether you believe that or not. You don't find it ironic that modern society perfectly mimics the paradox between the matriarch and her son and the Asian store owner?
I can't stand y'all. I feel sorry for your mother. What you say about my mama?
Did you ever ask yourself, why did he say, I feel sorry for your mother? Why not the father? Because during the scripting of this film, the producers knew that the matriarch is the most relevant force in the black community. Like Disney's Princess and the Frog, according to the media, the black male is either a villain, non-existent, or leaves the picture early in the story. That store owner saying, I feel sorry for your father, would have come off as tone deaf to the culture the movie was attempting to relate to. According to the black male experience spectrum, defying the matriarch is blasphemous and is punishable by outcasting or social death. This is why we have yo mama jokes and not yo daddy jokes. The assumption is you as a black individual are fundamentally separated from your father in mind, body, spirit, and religion. This explains why the black female experience can use God to justify away her actions, because according to the culture, she is God, and only God can judge her. Part of the black male experience is understanding that despite your best efforts, you cannot save the black community, because in this story, you are the villain, not the victim, and not the hero. At this point in the video, some of you will likely label me bitter, jaded, red pill, or some lame that couldn't get the black woman he wanted. Despite the premise of my channel being the proper man movement, I'm still the villain. Contrary to popular belief outside of the echo chamber of my channel, I don't believe that black women are the villains. I'm more inclined to believe that they actually are the victim and the hero, like the narrative suggests. Let me explain why. Part of the black male experience means that you cannot protect black women no matter how hard you try. As the villain, you are stripped of authority and must fight for the privilege to participate. Stay with me. Authority allows you to protect your community through passing down the traditions of the patriarchal father. Religion, fear of shame, standards, moral values, work ethic, wisdom, problem solving, respect, duty, the journey of manhood, the refusal to overspoil a child, and many more. But most important of them all, honor. Without the patriarchal father, there's no one to vet the boyfriend far before he becomes the boyfriend. Because to become the boyfriend, he must meet the standards instilled by the patriarchal father, not just of that household, but of the community. Because the community of fathers say to the young men inside the community, this is how we treat our women. And then the cycle continues. Part of the black male experience is to exist knowing that you can protect black women, but are not allowed to. Unless given the privilege to participate, you cannot legally intervene in any way, shape, or form. This is why the black female is both the victim and the hero, because only she can save herself and the community. But let's go back to that movie, Is God Is, and look a little bit deeper. On the surface, the movie is nothing more than another negative black male narrative. Beneath the surface lies a different narrative, what I like to call, for a lack of better words, and excuse my language, ain't shit fatigue. Black men like myself don't relate to the villain of that movie, but there are black men that do. What we saw in that movie was 3 black women wanting to destroy that type of black man, not the type that represents me. In order to save themselves and the black community, black women must collectively get tired and outcast and destroy the villain that movie represents. The consequence of dealing with such a man should be so great that you're forced to suffer a slow death and permanent burns and scars on your children. The curse of the black male experience is to watch black women fight this battle alone. The curse of the black male experience is to exist knowing that you might have to trade your freedom, your sanity, or your safety for group acceptance. The curse of the black male experience is to exist knowing that you're only a victim when you're dead. The curse of the black male experience is to exist knowing that your brother may never be your brother again. The curse of the black male experience is to exist knowing that your sister is only your sister when she agrees with you. The curse of the black male experience is to exist knowing that your father is not allowed to protect you. The curse of the black male experience is to exist knowing that your mother Man, I like to give thanks to everyone that supports me through the donations or just watching the videos. I am a one-man army editing these videos all on my own. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a lot different from what you're used to, but I'm trying to grow as a creator to give you guys better quality. Please consider joining my Patreon. I'll be making both free and paid content, so just get a part of the proper man and the proper woman movement, and let's get it active in these streets. Please guys, continue to like, hype, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'ma holla at y'all next time.